Hello guys, back. Sorry, but it's nighttime. You see, it's 8:39 p.m. and it's also I want it moment, so don't expect me to be too loud. But do expect my keyboard to be loud. Now I figured out the backbase spamming technique, which is used to like instead of that. So slider technique, but it probably works if you want to like playing Roblox. Mom, I'm making a video now. I'm making a video now. Okay, luckily I put in the URL. Okay, luckily I put in the URL. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go on Colab. So let me just remove this. Okay, all you have to do is write Colab, and then click New Notebook. You have to be signed in though. So for release notes, okay. So let's just name this my first class. Make sure all the spaces are underlined. So this is Python. You might not know what is Python. So basically Python is a programming language as you know it.
When you done the brush,
So
you don't leave
let
the
me,
glass on the cup on the counter, please.
Mom, okay, so we're gonna start with the basics. If you have no idea, if you've never scripted in Python. So we're gonna be learning our first function, and this function is gonna be very essential for different parts of codes. Like if I were gonna get this, so like if I were gonna make this bunch of code, I know you have no idea what I'm making, but I'm a master at the game, the language, so. Now we're going to use print. This function we need to display an output. Okay, let's get back to the montage. We just set up this simple program. This is literally just a game. Okay, you want to see the game, so print. Okay, I forgot. What is the number? Congratulations, you won. I won. But if you don't, put the number at list. Okay, I'm a very professional programmer. It's just that I don't remember stuff that good. Yikes, I forgot I was supposed to put that. Oh no, don't. 2, 3, 4, wrong. 5, wrong. 3, wrong. Okay, that's right. Okay, now let's get done with the montage and let's know what print does. So never put your prints like this, otherwise they won't work. Always with lowercase p, otherwise the function will not work. I've just seen if you do it right, then it will just become like that. Yeah. So when the brackets, these things, whatever it's called, I forgot. Whatever these symbols are, but whatever. So whatever these things are these represent that this is a function. There are multiple bracket uses, but we're gonna see that later on. So if you want to print a specific variable or a specific thing, you don't need whatever these are also called. But like, you're always gonna need this if you want like to put something to specifically print the text inside of those. So just print your name, plus it can be uppercase. Plus you can also do this. Emojis. Still work. It will still work. Okay, now let's move on to variables. So variables are basically a container that can store value. They can store integer value or string value. Anything that's not integer. For the print, even if you want to print a number, it will still print 21. The reason is because this is integer, not a string. Just like in the name, it has a string. And then integer can be implemented as a string too. It won't put errors. So if we get into something very complex, you can actually turn a specific integer to a stir, but not only one of those integer amounts, because, well, you can do this. Yeah, because there's multiple 3s. Because that's how Python works. So basically, to specify a variable, you cannot put a variable in the name of a function in the name of another variable. You cannot put numbers as the first. You can only put letters first and then numbers if you want numbers. But before that, we're only going to be focusing on int and stir. We're not going to be focusing on anything fancy. But right now, we're only going to focus on int. After that, we're going to focus on stir, but the other things, like, we're not going to focus on at all. So let's get into the mechanics. So basically, you can put any name as a variable, except for a function or another variable or blah blah blah, like I said. We can put things like A1, but not 1A as variables. So let's just write your name as a variable name. You can do this, but like this is gonna be, you can like do you can write your name and do that, because usually that turns a lot of errors, and it won't enter in errors if you do it like that. Plus it's more clean. So come on, we could just do that, or you can do this. So we could specify it as a specific value. If we want it integer, no string, but it's optional. In some cases you're gonna need it, but it's only when you get into something fancy. And right now we're not gonna do anything fancy right now, because it's a starter tutorial. Do any starter tutorials have anything super duper fancy like this? Like what's the name again? I need to check. Okay. Where is the file? Oh, that file. Okay, right. It's what the heck? Come on, we gotta go to Colab. Okay. We need import random. Then something fancy like generate. Okay, just stop all of this. Okay, so you don't see anything like that, but we're gonna gonna start off with the basics. So, like I told you, now you can run your first script of code. Just make it what you want it to do, like print. You can make it do that. You can print numbers like. But then you need to do the print, and then here's something new. You're gonna do string, but without the string. This will be errors, but if it's a variable name, so something, some cases, something later on the video, we can print a variable name with it. Now it's gonna do 23. If we wanted to print my name, yeah, basically there. Now let's do something. Let's put our skills, pushing our skills to the limit. Now we're doing something called loops. Okay, let me just make a function. Of loops. Guys, so we should do, we are going to be questioning what the heck are fruits. To my handy dandy coding skills, I made a bot that will tell us what are loops. I mean a function. What are loops? There are two types of loops. For loops and while loops. Yay. So for loops, I'm ruining my handy dandy machine. Wait, does it work across? I forgot if it does. Okay, it does. That's fun. Okay. So there, like the machine said, if you forgot, what? Okay. Like the machine said, if you forgot, there are two types. There are two types of loops. For loops and while loops. Well, we're only going to be focusing on for loops. While both are loops still, they still have differences. The difference between a for loop is that it will instantly be run, and it has a timing. Unlike while loops, which they're infinite, and they won't just get instantly run. They will only run if something happens. So there's A in range.
So it's kind of like fresh. There's only 1, 2,
13. Now place this. So the structure of it is to specify which loop it is. Obviously, it's a for loop. Then the variable name of the loop, which can be anything like the variable, which could be. But the problem is it cannot be uppercase. Plus, it cannot have numbers at all. There's in range, so then it has to be in the range of something, because that's why there's a range. And you can't just cheat the whole system, like do it like hack the system, like actually play something like this. Actually write infinity. Yeah, it won't work. But you can still do like these insane amount, like oh yeah, forgot. Okay, make it run 10 times, and then that print is always for printing the output of the machine. The output is what is happening outside of the code. There is input, which is data that the user has given, which can be configured. You want to know? This is an input. This can get inputted. They're configuring it with the if and c, the if and the else. That's what I'm basically saying. Okay, write that for that, and also write your name. Then you'll write your name as much as that. You can add it to like 1,000. Oh, right. Oh my god. Okay, what disaster am I? Now we're literally going from literal basics to literal computer destruction. Oh my god, what have I done? Guys, I think I literally just made computer destruction. Do you know if you summon too many of these and your computer is so bad, it will literally just lag out and crash your whole system? I've seen it. Okay, so that's the for loop. This is the while loop. So just like the for loop, they're specifying what it is. I said this was for 2 loops, but now we're gonna add input. Okay. So we're gonna add a random variable name. Do not make it your name. Just make it your last name or something. But then just add input. Just write input in lowercase letters. And that's a function, so put the brackets. Add that, whatever these are, like you did with the print. In fact, I figured out what these are now called. These are called proms, right? I don't understand language. I know I come from American, but I don't understand English. What the heck? Even though it's the only language I know, I don't understand it. Oh my god. Okay, so now we can just put the number 7. The reason why I chose 7 is just because it's just a lucky number. I like it. So if the Regina, you have to write the thing. Why am I spelling my last name so bad? And then there are some fancy things like I did here. You have no idea. But now you're gonna learn. So if you put that means it is not equal to. That means it's equal to. That means you're comparing, like, or. Yeah, whatever. We're not comparing. We are.
How do you spell Sprunky?
Sprunki. Okay. Now let's do if your last name just equals 7. In case if you didn't know, these are inverted commas. Which is basically the spaces to represent that they're in the range of. What the bruh? This doesn't even look like I'm coding.
How do you spell Sprunky again?
Sprunki.
Can you say it slowly?
SPUN.
No, wait!
Oh my God! Why are you such a?
Where's you? I don't find you. You after
N K
Got it.
I.
I'm going to play Sprunky 3.
What's she talking about, guys? I have no idea what Sprunki 3 is.
There is. I just saw it online.
Don't trust everything online. I mean, have you ever heard the dark web? There's no APIs there. And everyone uses an API right now. Like, if you're, Mom, are you using the weather app? If you're using the weather app, you're using an API. Let's say if you're playing Pokemon Go, you're using an API. So, then we're going to put a while loop, and then we're going to Eugenia. Oh my God, I'm spelling my last name again wrong. Do I even speak English right now? 7 equal. Okay, then just print your name. It's not gonna be fun, but like print. It's 34 minutes. So, Mom, I'm making a whole tutorial. What do you expect? So, we're gonna just put this, put the number 7, Guys, I told you it's infinite, so it might crash your computer, but this is it in 4K. It's not gonna crash my computer since I have a... Okay, I mistakenly put 8, not 7. 7. 7! What the... Bruh. 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 What the... They're exactly the same. How is this even possible? I've been doing this for years. It's my literal job right now, but like I forgot. How can I forget what a while loop is? There's the cafe, dig test, glitcher, test 1, error. Oh, this was my training. Oh no. What the heck is it? Oh my god. You may just need like 3, but oh my god, what did I do back then? Was I just crazy back then? Okay, so whatever. What the heck?
Do you know what this guy
I
said?
got deleted. Whatever.
He said, why did you tell me to do this, man?
So we are also gonna end with the big final finale. Defs. So defs is basically making a function like I did here. So def just starts with def basically. Then you can name your then there's the name of the function, which is basically just anything. Have you ever heard of this word? Okay, I just wrote some of the longest words in history. This is a very long word. Have fun. You can do stuff like that. Then for and then it actually pops up, look. The supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but then the super. So then we can put, oh my god, I started chaos. This is a long word. My god. My computer's literally just raging. Oh my god. Oh my god, what disaster have I done? Okay. I did too much disaster. What the heck? Time to break this. God.